I'm now going to assemble the battery holder to the robot frame. To make that easier, I'm going to add a couple of iMates. So on the Manage tab, select iMate. An iMate is one half of a constraint, in this case an insert constraint. The other half, of course, being on the frame of the robot. So with both of those iMates added, I can save that assembly. And now we're ready to go into the robot itself. I'm going to place the battery holder assembly into the robot assembly, and then start the process of constraining that to the robot frame. To make this easier, we want to get the holes aligned as closely as possible. There's only the one iMate on the battery holder, but there are many on the frame, as you'll see in just a moment. I'm going to turn off the visibility of the battery itself. It would be in the way. Click OK. That removes the associativity on a design view. Rotate that around. As I say, it's worth a while to take a little bit of time here just to get those as close as possible. Makes it so much easier when you're using the iMates. So once we have that in position, I'm going to hold down the Alt key, drag that to the location, and once it snaps into place, release that. And you can release the Alt key as soon as you've selected it. And we can see we now have one half of that assembly completed. Now I think it's going to be much easier to move that away from the frame. So let's just move that. Just going to confirm which holes are aligning. That's the one. And again, spend a little bit of time making sure that that's as close as possible. Hold down the Alt key, release the Alt key, snap into place. Pretty easy. So now we have the battery holder in place, we need to attach it to the frame. To do that, I'm going to place a couple of cap screws and caps nuts. I'll show you how to do one. We could place them from the content center, but I've supplied them, so it's an 832 by ½ inch long. I'll just do one. I'm going to use an insert constraint. Be careful you get the right circle. There's two of them very close together there. And apply that, and then you would complete the second one. Of course, I'm not going to do that. Let's have a look at the other side then. I'm going to place the caps nut and assemble it. Place one of them. I'm going to rotate that around so it's easier to assemble. I'm going to apply two constraints, a mate constraint between the two faces, and then the center lines. So that completes the assembly of the cap screw and the caps nut. I've gone ahead and added the second cap screw and caps nut, and now I'm going to turn on the visibility of the battery. I'll select visibility. I'm going to take a look at it, just make sure there's no interference between any of the bearing flats or the frame, and it looks good.